Hello. Hello everyone. My name is Winners. I'm just stream testing for the SC2 MENA Cup number 10, which is gonna start in about 13 minutes. I'm just waiting for my partner, twdnewh. He should be here shortly, and then we're gonna get this whole party going. So stay tuned, and I'll let you know once we start. Thank you. Um, So yeah, just a few more minutes, guys, and the brackets will be up. Well, the brackets should be up in a minute or two. We should get this party started. We have a grand total of... How many people signed up today? Whoa, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 people. Is that Mr. Twidnew?
Yo, Winter, how are you?
We're great. We're on stream, just that you know.
Oh crap, I didn't know that. You got me there, Winners.
I got you. That's right.
Well done, well done.
How are you today, Mr. Twidnew?
Good, man. Just got back about an hour ago. No, actually about 2 hours back. And got some time to relax before the cast. So doing fine. How about you?
Not too bad. I've been at home all day. I was playing Lost Viking. You know that arcade game?
I don't even know how to access the arcade games, to be honest.
What kind of StarCraft 2 player are you? You know the one in the campaign? In the cantina? You know that there's that arcade machine there?
I don't even know that, Winners. All I do is play multiplayer. I didn't even finish the single player, believe it or not.
What a noob.
I am a noob indeed.
So yeah, to get the achievement, you need 500,000 points, okay? So what happens is I get 440,000 points. My internet decides to lag out, meaning I get kicked off BattleNet, which in turn gives you that nice blue screen, which in turn makes my single player lag, and I couldn't control the game no more. So I just died at 440,000 points. I rage quit it, and then I just, yeah, that was it.
That's a very sad story, to be honest. Are you going to be trying to... will you attempt it again, or have you given up for good?
Not today, man. It took me like an hour or something to get that many points, and I was in a bad mood afterwards.
Oh.
But I did get 3 achievements, though, but it's all good.
I should probably start working on my campaign. I stopped. I don't even remember where I stopped. I stopped somewhere, and I guess other games came up, and
yeah,
that was that.
That is exactly it. But never mind. Today is Saturday. It is SC2 MENA Cup time. The defending champion Gunman is back. We have I think 14 other guys who want to take that crown from him, but they're gonna have a tough time today.
Yeah, looks like our 2-time champion is coming back for more. It's very likely he will get a third, as I do believe he's currently our best participant. In any case, the important thing is to get some fun games going on. Everyone should get some practice. These weekly cups are great for that. And just like last week, I hope things go smoothly and we get to see the games we want to see.
That's right. Well, we're starting an hour early today so we can accommodate all players and, well, us as well, because sometimes we end up casting for like 4 or 5 hours. It's you know, then it's midnight, and then, well, you know, it's kind of late. And apparently the brackets are up. So
right,
let us take a look at the wonderful brackets.
That we shall do.
Okay, oh, I feel bad. Zeratul or Anda will be going up to Gunman in the second round. But yeah, we have Kiari's playing Dan Cake, Death Arise, Stim and Overstrike, Bulletproof and JIR, Rupture, Sephiram, Overdeath, Deso. He played last week. He's a new guy. Isamo and Ralphie. So few old faces and a few new ones as well. Happy to see that.
Yeah, it's always good to see new people joining in. And I think we missed Isamu for a couple of tournaments. I don't remember seeing him the last few, so I guess it's good to have him back.
That's right. I don't think Kusai will be able to play because he always showed up late because I think he's working. He's in Saudi, and we all know that Saturday is a working day in Saudi Arabia. Again, my name is Winners. With me is twdnewh. We're the casting archon of the United Arab Emirates and pretty much everything else in the region. As I would just like to announce that the community leader Exothermic will not be participating today. I think he has a few other issues to attend, but never mind. Everything is going to work out just fine.
Very well. I guess it also gives opportunities for some of the other players to reach further into the tournament, as Exothermic is, of course, one of our best players and always a leader in the, I think the worst I've seen him do is semifinals. So he's definitely freed up a spot for one of the other guys to maybe reach further in this tournament this week. Other than that, we do have some other favorites, previous winners such as Bulletproof and Dan. Although I'd really like to see one of the other guys maybe make it a little further. Maybe Stim. I really liked his play last week. Unfortunately, he was paired up against Van Mezian, who's a very, very good TVT player, especially that build we've been trying to replicate this whole week, winners.
I know.
Not very successfully.
No, I know.
So yeah, he's doesn't seem like he's participating this week either. So the other Terrans can breathe a sigh of relief. In any case, winners, I do believe we have 50 minutes before the first game starts.
No, we're going in right now because we're already invited to the first game, Rupture versus Sephiroth.
Okay. So these guys aren't wasting any time. That is definitely a sign of good things.
Okay, so we're ready, and I think we'll start with the ZVP on Metropolis, the new map of the GSL, and we have taken matters into our own hands, taking this map from the GSL and playing it here in the SC2 MENA Cup. So let's see how the players will fare on this larger version, but similar to the favorite. One of the favorite maps of all time of StarCraft 2 being Metalopolis. So let's see how this will turn out. I myself haven't played on this map, but let's see what these players can show us.
Right, winners, it's a very new map. It's, I think, only been introduced this season to the GSL. But anyway, the countdown is starting now. ZVP. I'm excited, winners. How are you feeling?
I'm so excited. I need to switch screen though.
Okay.
Otherwise, well, everything should be good here. Seraphim. I actually googled what his name means. It has something to do with angels and Rupture. Well, he's just a Zerg. Never mind.
Ooh. The Zerg Swarm will be coming for you, winners. In any case, here we go. Spawning on the top 12 o'clock position as the yellow Zerg, it is Rupture. And on the bottom 6 o'clock position, it is the Protoss Seraphim spawning in the blue color. And winner ZVP is my second favorite matchup after ZVT. So I'm very excited to see this, especially since I do believe both these players are fairly even or very close in terms of skill level, if I'm not mistaken.
I would believe so, but I think Rupture has a bit more experience, though both are fairly new to the community. And let's see what these guys are in for. And Seraphim, he's starting things off in the aggressive fashion. He's going for the Forge Fast Expand, if I'm not mistaken. And I'd like to point something out about the map here. If I'm not mistaken, this is the first, the GSL map which has floating islands as bases.
Yes, I do believe it is. There was a map previously in the... I don't recall the exact name of the map, but there was a map in the very first run, the very first patch, the very first map cycle, where you had an island base. This base, of course, we have seen people try to sneak a base in there, but I haven't seen it done much map so far, at least not on the GSL.
Yeah, and we have Rupture pulling a Sun Cow here as he has gone for the gas first into pool. He wants to get that speed up fairly quickly. He wants map control and he might want to harass his opponent early on. Let's see what Rupture has in mind. This is not too large of a map, but it is a nice medium large map. I would like to say not as big as Daybreak or so, but the distances between the two players, they are fairly well. There is a bit of travel time, let's just put it that way.
There is, especially since both players are in cross positions.
Correct.
But like you said, looks like Rupture is going for the safer route here, especially against Protoss. It's extremely difficult to go for hatch first. As we see, most Protosses these days are going for the Forge Fast Expand, so it's very easy for them to drop a pylon with a cannon somewhere next to the Naturals mineral line, which is always very, very annoying for the Zerg, and in most cases I think it's game ending. So we have seen Zergs very reluctant to do that recently, and I think that's a very good idea.
Well, I would like to concur. I mean, I don't know any product at this point who does not go Forge Fast Expand against the Zerg. They just think it is pretty much impossible to keep up with them otherwise. But let's see, as Seraphim's probe will be picked off here. That's very unfortunate. He will not be able to block that hatch for some time, as those 4 Zerglings were able to pick off the probe. A bit sloppy there by Sephiroth. He could have done a bit better, but
yeah,
I mean,
this first scouting probe for the Protoss is always very important, as it is the probe usually used to drop some hidden pylons here and there. So I would have loved to see him maybe try and hide it a little bit, in not such an obvious position, but in any case, not too much of a loss, as we see him about to complete his wall in here with the gateway and actually a second gateway, not a cybercore.
Yeah, and he's only had 1 gas up to now, so I would believe no tech, maybe just 2-3 zealots, like Papuli does from time to time, just walk them across the map and pick off a queen or 2. Maybe that's his tactic, but let's see what he has in mind, if he's just gonna save it or for defense. But now he throws down his cybernetics core. Rupture, on the other hand, he could be doing a lot better. I believe he can be in control of those watchtowers. He has speed, and the overlords, well, they are in okay positions, as we see him go up for the Roach Warren, though only on 1 gas. So I don't think we'll see any pressure from him at this point, and he would need to pressure because he's a Zerg. If he wants, he can just take another base.
That's right. I always love to see Zergs go for a third whenever they see that the Protoss is going for a Forge Fast Expand. When the Protoss does that, the Zerg is almost always knows that they are going to be safe for a little while, for a few minutes, and that's always a great opportunity for them to take off another base. But instead, we see that he has gone for the earlier Roach Warren off 1 gas, which means I think it is more of a defensive Roach Warren rather than an offensive, as he'd ideally take 1 or 2 more geysers just to be able to produce more roaches. And again, like I said, winners, seeing this build order by the Protoss makes me wonder why the Zerg decided to go for an early Roach Warren and not third base.
That is right. What I like here from Seraphim, he is getting that robotics facility. Probably going to go an observer, as he should, at least 1, but he also has the possibility to get that immortal out, especially as we see roaches now coming across the map. Let's see what his decision will be, although I'm pretty much sure that he will want to get an observer first. And yeah, there he is. Let's see what Rupture is going to do. He has quite a few Zerglings out there, 11 and 6 roaches. Will they be able to put on some pressure? I don't know. But if Seraphim is not careful, he might be in some trouble, especially with those.
It looks like he spots his winners because he decided to drop down 2 more cannons here, so he does see it coming. And here the Zerglings and the roaches have reached the natural, and those unfortunate zealots who are outside the wall and died very quickly. And okay, some very good force fields here do narrow down the attack range of the roaches, but they are now are they? Nope, looks like he will have to fall back. Great force fields, I think, by Seraphim. The force fields are enough were enough to drive the roaches back, thanks to the placement of the cannon as well.
But look at this here, more
More
Zerglings
streaming in.
correct,
That's
and
right.
these back rocks, I mean, not in range of the cannon, he can run them Zerglings behind the mineral line and inflict some massive damage here. Let's see what he'll choose to do. In the meantime, he has taken a third. His creep spread is not that good, but now Seraphim is getting an immortal, and he might be able to save the day for the Protoss.
Yeah, great decision to get that immortal. The immortal alone, I think, can take out 3-4 roaches, you know, a solo. So that is enough to deter this really aggressive style of play from Rutger very early into the game. And we also have quite a few sentries, so he won't have any problems force feeding that ramp and blocking out all the roaches. But looks like Rupture has decided to fall back. Very wise decision, I think, as he would have lost that army so badly had decided to push further.
Well, another warp gate, another gate added here by Seraphim. He has a total of 6 now. He has 2 mortals, but no 3 stalkers out on the map. The layer has completed for Rupture. Let's see what he's gonna do with it. Is he gonna go for no Hydralisk then? Interesting. No Spire yet.
Oh, very odd that he went for the Hydralisk then. And I mean, his third base isn't even up and running, and already he's gonna invest so much into Hydras. I'm not very happy with what Rupture's doing. I think he had an opportunity to get a much better economy fairly early, and he didn't take that. And I think he might suffer from that later on, as we do see Seraphim out now with a few Stalkers, a couple of Immortals, and a few Sentries. Maybe to just scout around, see what's happening. I do not think he's planning to do any damage with this, as it is not really much of an army. I think that's about 50 supply over there. Definitely not enough to kill off the Zerg, but he might be just trying to look to snipe the third, as he is taking out those back rocks, and he will have a forward pylon. So Seraphim really wants to do damage with this.
No.
Oh, but isn't the creep spread far enough for him to see?
Yeah, but I don't think he's paying much attention now. His units are even moving out of position. He might have...
Oh man, he doesn't see this coming. This can be deadly for Rupture. Yeah. If Seraphim's able to take out this third hatchery.
But 28 Zerglings in production. What is
Oh, look, and he's trying to take a fourth actually, so he definitely doesn't see this coming. Okay, now he does. The units are all now into the third, and what is Seraphim? Okay, so he's trying to wall off. Oh, what a great move,
beautifully done.
Beautiful move by Rupture, by Seraphim. Locks out all those Zerglings, and he has free win on the third, and I think he will kill it off, no problems, winner.
But let's see, the Hydras and Roaches are now coming back. He needs to save that one Immortal. Target find the hatchery though. More nice force fields here now. The force fields are down, but let's see. Well, Rupture will...
I think Seraphim's army is going to go down.
Yes.
He started that off very well, but I think was very slow to react. He decided to push all the way into the ramp to force field it. I think had he tried to damage the hatchery right away, he would have, I think, killed it before Rupture made his way to defend it. But alas, he has lost all his units now, and he's about 50 supply down. So although I wasn't very happy with Rupture's style of play and his build, looks like it might work after all, as he is going to have his third base up and running in full capacity, and there's quite a bit of supply up as he goes for a counterattack.
Yeah, very nicely done. The Zerglings, though, they were scared of the warp, and they were like, oh my god, what is it? 2 Colossi are out, a Spire on the way, 4th going up for Rupture, and let's see how this little attack goes. He's up about 40 supply, and I don't know, I think this third is definitely going to go down here for Seraphim.
It's a great counterattack by Rupture. I do not think there's anything which can stop him from taking out that Nexus if he decides to target fire it very quickly.
Yeah.
Seraphim now trying to defend, but it's too late. The third is down, and I think Rupture should just try and move back, as those Colossi will be able to do a lot of damage.
That's right. He has 4 Stalkers out in the middle of the map, not doing anything. He still has that pylon out there, and maybe a little warp in of 3 or 4 Zealots to remove that 4th, at least. But now let's see. More Zealots being warped in here. 2 Colossi are out. Infestation Pit and Rupture. I like that. He's going to save his army. He's going to pull back, and he's going to play it nice and safe. Well done. Kudos to him.
Oh, winners, look at this. Did Seraphim forget to research the extended thermal lance for these colossi? He's on almost 1.5k of minerals and almost 1k gas, and he still hasn't researched the range upgrade for his colossi, so I do not think...
There we go.
Alright, so he finally starts it now, as he's also dropping a Dark Shrine. Dark Shrine is always a good idea when the Protoss feels they are behind and needs some kind of, something out of the ordinary to try and catch up. And Dark Shrine is usually a pretty good choice, as for some reason Rupture still has not gone for that pylon next to his fort.
Oh, but now here he threw away some of that army, not target firing the Colossi there, he target fired the Zealots. Oh well, now this has given Seraphim a chance to come back, adding additional gateways. The pylon is still there. I would love him to just get a nice warp in there, but the pylon has been picked off. Unfortunately, his multitasking is not the greatest, but he is still in this game, and let's see what he can do.
He was hoping to use his Dark Shrine would be over before the pylon is taken out, but unfortunately for him, that did not happen. And I'd like to see what he's going to do with this Dark Shrine tech, as he does not have any forward pylons anywhere on the map, and those dark temples will take a long time to reach. But here we go, winners. Rupture with quite a bit of an army here, almost maxed out, will I think go to try and kill off the third base once again.
Yeah, well, Blink. Oh no, there's an Overseer over there. He's gonna lose all 5 of these Dark Templars. Oh no, he doesn't.
Okay, so looks like Rupture tried to ignore all those Dark Templars, but going straight for the gold, he does take out 1 Colossi, and he does have quite a bit of Corruptors, 8 Corruptors, and those won't have any problems taking out the rest of those Colossi. But the question is, will the Colossus do enough damage before being taken out? And I think the answer is not. He is going now for the third base, I think, and once he takes that base down, that'll almost certainly secure his victory in this matchup, as he is about 110 supply over his opponent, Seraphim.
But look at this, 2 hatches are gonna go down.
Right. So it looks like he will lose both hatcheries, but I don't know if that'll really make much of a difference in the game, as Rupture is taking over Seraphim's base here. He's going to take out the third once again, and Seraphim, simply put, does not have enough units to defend against this.
Yeah, I agree here. Unfortunately, 2 Dark Templars are going to be taken out here. Where are the other 2 going to go? Oh no, he flew the Overseer away. What is he doing? His natural is going to go down as well.
Oh man, and now the Zerg's down to only 1 mining base. I don't know what Rupture is doing. He's completely focused on this attack and not trying to defend his main. Those Dark Templars have taken out 3 hatcheries now and are, I think... will they go for the base? No, they're still alive, all 4 of them, but Overseer does finally make its way back, and it looks like those Dark Templars will be cleaned up. But back in the Protoss Natural, Rupture has pretty much taken over, I think. He will kill off a few more pylons, kill off what few remaining units the Protoss has before I think the Protoss will be forced to tap out.
Well, a bit of... Well, there's a nice little drone ring there at the Natural. Beautiful. I think the Dark Templars could have been controlled a bit better. Let's see what... well, there are 34 probes out on the map, and I think that should spell GG. Stalkers being warped in, that would not be my choice, but let's see what is going to happen. 42 to 165, a nice little comeback here engineered by Seraphim, but it's not going to be enough, unfortunately, and I think when these Stalkers go down, it'll be GG.
Yeah, this match is over, winners. Might as well take some time to talk about what these players did and what made them end up in this situation. Rupture, I think, got a little bit lucky, I think. His build orders wasn't so great, and his defense against Dark Templar play was very poor, to say the least. But he was able to mess up enough units, and he went for for a decent timing, which was able to catch the Protoss off guard and take out his third. And once the Protoss lost that base, I think he was in the back foot, was never able to produce enough to defend. And this is why Rupture will win this game. I do not think it was thanks to his great play. I think it was thanks to his opponent's lack of great play, I think.
Well, these two Stalkers, they picked off a couple of Overlords. As we see, Dark Templars going back again here. One of the hatcheries is just gonna pop now, just in time for the Dark Templars. Beautiful timing there. That was the anti-timing, as some people like to call it. And that hatchery is gonna go down once more.
Yeah, I don't know why Rupture is allowing this to happen. He's focusing too much on his attack. It wouldn't really take up much of his multitasking to try and go back and just build one Overseer and rally a couple of units there to defend. And now he tried to move back, and for some reason leaving out some of his units. But no, wait, he has changed his mind once again, and I think we'll finally decide to go for the kill, as he is 112 supply over his opponent, and I do not really know what he's waiting for. He is building a Greater Spire, so Broodlords will come to the field if they are needed. But here we go, winners. 2 Immortals will be taken out very quickly, so will the Zealots, and you know, the long dew GG should be.
Yep.
Yeah, there it is. So Rupture takes the first game 1-0. Well, he's 1-0 up in this series, as we will go to a game 2 now, as this round's matches are best of 3.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. So, well, I think Rupture made that game more nail-biting than it actually had to be.
I think so too.
I mean, all it takes is one drone to get a Spore Crawler there, or leave a couple of Overseers back. He definitely had the resources. He was floating 5k towards the end. Get a couple of Spine Crawlers, and that's it. And your opponent won't be able to do nothing there. And
that is right. Just one Spore and a couple of Spire Crawlers, and each of those bases would have been more than enough to defend from these Dark Templars. But I guess he felt like it was not worth defending, as he was going for the kill. And we will start a game 2, and I do hope that both players will give us a better game this time around.
Yeah, well, Seraphim asking me if Tal'Darim Altar is still in the map pool. Unfortunately, it is not. And then Antigua Shipyard. Mr. twdnewh, would you be kind enough to host Antigua Shipyard?
Certainly. Antigua Shipyard it does for game number 2. Seraphim's choice.
Yep. So, Mr. twdnewh, are you still there?
I'm still there, and I have started the countdown, winners.
You have? Okay.
We're on Antigua Shipyard, and looks like Seraphim has decided to change his race for the second game, as he is going Terran. Antigua Shipyard, of course, is a more familiar map, both to myself, winners, and to the rest of the viewers, I'm sure. Here we go, winners spawning on the right side as the blue Zerg. It is the winner of the first
Never
game,
mind.
Rupture. Okay.
Wrong race here.
I did tell him before the matchup, but I guess...
Oh well, that happens from time to time.
Yeah. Alright, so I'll just make sure to restart this matchup real quick.
Yeah, sorry about that, everyone, but it does happen from time to time. As I see, Stim is not here. Oh my god. Okay, so we're back here. Antigua Shipyard is the map. My name is Winners. With me is twdnewh, and we're casting the SC2 MENA Cup number 10. This is game 2 in this best of 3 between Seraphim and Rupture. PVZ Antigua Shipyard. Though if I were a Protoss, I wouldn't have chosen this map. But maybe we're gonna see something, which I'll talk about in a second after you do the introductions.
Sure thing, Winners. I'd love to hear what you have to say. But for the time being, we do have in the 6 o'clock the bottom position. It is the winner from the first game, the Blue Zerg Rupture. And in the top position, we do have the Red Protoss, Seraphim, who has chosen this map. And that does give me a chance to speculate on what he might be doing, Winners. Any ideas?
On this map, unfortunately, I've experienced quite a bit of Warp Prism play as well as a Blink Stalker with that Observer into the main. Just a lot like Shakura's Plateau these days, so maybe Seraphim has something like that in mind. Wouldn't be surprising, but I feel that this is also a very Zerg-friendly map. The natural is quite nice, a third is okay, but I feel once the Zerg secures a third and then pushes out towards the middle, their opponent is always in a lot of trouble, but that always depends on the situation, on the player, on the matchup itself. Let's see what Rupture is going to offer his opponent there, as he has gone for yet again gas before pool.
In the meantime, we see that our Protoss friend Seraphim is going once again for a Forge Fast Expand. Forge Fast Expand isn't, I mean, the terrain of the map isn't as friendly to that build as some of the others. It is very difficult to wall, and I actually believe it's near impossible, especially in the position he decided to drop that pylon at. I'd think he would have dropped that first pylon somewhere closer to the ramp. In any case, let's see what he has in mind. As we see Rupture going for the exact same build, and will most likely be dropping his expansion at the natural very soon. And for some reason, Seraphim has not learned from the first game and is still parked his probe in the same location where it died the first game.
Well, just in regards to your comment that it's nearly impossible to wall off here for the Protoss, that is correct. So he will be building a little wall just around that bottom gas geyser. There's a pylon there to prevent Zergling run-bys. He's probably going to drop a cannon or two just to be sure, and then get at least a gateway. Or, well, he's doing it this way as well. No issue there. So let's see if we're gonna see any deviation. Thus nothing at this point.
The good thing is he has moved his probe away from the natural, so it won't be killed off as fast as it was in the first game. But again, looking back at this wall, it's a very odd position as that pylon. Alright, so looks like Rupture has requested a pause.
Maybe it's his keyboard. Maybe it's the sound, maybe it's his phone, maybe it's his mother. We don't know.
It could be anything, Winners, really.
Could be anything.
I'm not sure if we want to get into that, but hopefully this won't last too long.
No, usually people pause for like 30 seconds, a minute. I mean, I don't mind. I'm not one of these guys who just like unpauses because I don't have enough time to wait 30 seconds to finish one match.
But will it be 30 seconds? That is the question.
I'm sure it's gonna be okay. Maybe it's a phone call. It's okay. We're all having a good time here.
Alright. Do we have any updates from the other game?
Oh,
looks
dear.
like okay.
Well, Rupture telling the whole world that his mother is upset because of the mechanical keyboard. Oh well. Anyhow, we're back in the game here. Oh yeah, Rupture also got a better connection. He got
he did? Okay.
Yeah, he has 25 up, 25 down.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Good on him.
We don't have that.
Well, because our the country we live.
They don't want us to host servers, Winners, but looks like his connection is failing him for the time being.
Oh my god, I jinxed it.
You did, Winners. That was and knowing your situation with ISPs here, looks like it was a jinx from hell, man.
I guess she pulled the plug. Seraphim, you're 100% on there. Oh no, I used to like when I used to play Diablo 2 like in the middle of the night and my mom would like walk in, my god. Oh, but never mind. The plug is back in. The probe transfer does occur. He sends about every single probe he has as he gets the gateway there in a kind of funny position as well as a photon cannon at the back. Well, maybe that's
what I'm saying. This wall looks really odd. As in the end, if the Zerglings want to get by, they won't have any trouble doing so. Just between the Nexus and the minerals. I mean, there's access through that. So
I think too, like I could drive my car through there as well as
that's
two
right.
Ultras.
The Armada will certainly fit through that, and I think Rupture will be surprised when when two Zerglings reach the natural and sees that that's the wall and Seraphim has decided to go for. And will he go for a third? Looks like. Oh, winner, this is beautiful. Rupture going for a third this time as soon as he spotted the Forge Fast Expand for the Protoss. And this is the play I always like to see. Probe also being scouted, so that probe will be taken out. And
but the probe did scout it.
Yeah, he did see the third, so that's still a great catch for him. He knows that he will be safe for the time being. He won't need to drop down any more photon cannons for the time being. Cybercore now almost complete, as we see Rupture streaming quite a bit of Zerglings towards the Protoss Natural.
Maybe he did see the opening here, and well, why not? That one Zealot is, well, he will give his life for Ire, that's for sure, as he is on move command.
He's on move command, gets surrounded pretty quickly by the Zerglings.
Let's see what is going to happen now. Is he just going to run up? But no, there is the timing with the cannon. Just to be sure there, so that is now a complete wall-off as far as I'm concerned. Rupture...
You should cancel that cannon though, because with that cannon there, it will impact his gas mining from that first simulator, so I really hope to see him cancel it.
No, I don't think so.
Nope, looks like he will let it complete. And dropping two more gateways, no, just a single gateway. Or okay, there's a second. So he will be up on 3 gates now. His warp gate research is about 60% done. Well, both players looking fairly good here, I think. Tell us, winners, what does the worker count look like?
What does the worker count look like? It's pretty ugly. Well, the Zerg, as always, should be ahead, and he is ahead at this stage. 40 drones for him, 39 now against 39 probes as well. But now that Walden is a pretty well done. 4 gates on the way. What I'd love to see, Seraphim, is get a couple of probes there out on the map, drop a few pylons, do a few warp ends, and be annoying that he's being too passive, as we see. Well, Rupture, he's just droning. He has his little SimCity here, 2 evolution chambers, 2 gases at the natural Twilight Council now, and another 2 gateway.
3 more gates, actually.
So this is going to be a 7 gate Dark Templar, maybe Blink. But
I don't know, Dark Templar. I thought it was going to be a 7 gate timing. We do see that timing quite a bit from Protoss from time to time. But that Dark Shrine really throws me off the ball here. I do not quite sure what he's planning to do. Did the Zerg spot the Dark Shrine?
Seraphim left the Overlord alive. He didn't kill it.
All right, but the Overlord was not in range of the Dark Shrine, so at least that hasn't been spotted.
No.
He did see the Twilight Temple, the Twilight Council, though, so he could suspect that something is up.
Well, definitely something is up, as he's getting now a Spore Crawler at every single of his bases, Spine Crawlers as well, so this isn't going to do much. Now we finally see 1 probe here out on the map, and if thrown in the first pylon, I'd like to see a few more here, and let's see how this attack is going to go. A lot of Zealots, only 1 Stalker in there.
Wait, does Rupture see that pylon? No, he doesn't, winners. He's just out of range of the pylon, which is very unfortunate for him. Seraphim now, I guess, will be looking to do some damage. 7 gates over 2 bases. That's a lot of potential units for the Protoss, and this will be very difficult for Rupture to defend. I just hope we see a better attack from Seraphim this time around. The attack last time wasn't as good. And looks like he is going for the destructible debris and will be targeting the third base.
Well, not a bad decision there from him. If he just gets the kill off that third, good on him. He has Dark Templar in there. I'd like to see him at the back, otherwise they're gonna tank a lot of damage.
Right, he's going straight for the hatchery here with the Dark Templars, as the other units are trying to defend. Roaches here are trapped, and which is great force fields again once again by Seraphim. That's one thing I gotta give him credit for. His force fields have been great throughout both games, and
his micro has been atrocious there. Half the time his zealots weren't doing anything. He's getting more stalkers there, but he would need something to tank the damage. Guardian shield now.
Alright, a little bit better now. He did move his sentries back, so a little bit better with the micro, but it's still not very clear if Rupture will be able to defend this. He is rallying more and more Roachers into that third base, but I do have a feeling that if Seraphim wants, he will be able to take out that hatchery winner.
Well, I don't think so. He's out of force field now. Zergling and Roaches are in there. A blink has finished, so he could do some blink action here, but he's not showing it yet. I don't know why. And well, Rupture,
where are the reinforcements? He has 7 gates and a lot of resources. Yeah, very iffy, very strange play by Seraphim. I do not understand why he hasn't tried to reinforce a little bit better. And those Dark Templars, incorporated into his army did not make sense. It would have been better for him to have more Stalkers in there, more, ranged units to be able to do more damage. But alas, his army has, his attack has been spoiled once again, and it wasn't due to a bad timing or a bad, or not sufficient macro. He did have enough to continuously back it up. He's just, like you said, even though he had great force fields, his micro faltered quite a bit and he wasn't able to reinforce, and now those 2 pylons will be taken out and he will not have any presence in the map.
Well, there are 5 Dark Templars here at the natural. Let's see what they're going to do. There is an Overseer, but I don't think it'll be on time. The DPS on those Dark Templars is just outrageous, and even our toasters called them the most imber unit ever created since Brood War.
Yeah, but I think this is not working because it was a great idea. This is working because Rupture is not reacting properly. Even though he had a Spore Crawler there and he did see them coming, he didn't move his units back in time to defend this. And somehow, some way, this Dark Templar play is able to take out 1 hatchery and do a lot more damage than it should have been, and has given Seraphim enough time to take that third.
Well, unfortunately, Rupture has taken his 4th there. Creep spread could be a lot better. That's something I'd like to point out for him after the match has finished. We're at the 50-minute mark, and it should be spreading all over that middle towards that Zelnaga watchtower, and he really wants to get out there. He wants to pressure the Protoss, but the Protoss, he is floating about 600 minerals, and well, he's not doing much with it, as he has nearly the same number of workers as his opponent, 64 to 67. More gateways. Let's look at the upgrades though. Only one forge, and well, weapons level 2 is on the way. Maybe charge can be something nice. Charge something very central. Warp Prism play. Just be annoying. Get 4 zealots in there and have some fun. Throw off your opponent. You've seen that Rupture does not have great multitasking. He doesn't have the unit control as you'd like to have it, or as we see from the great players, but he's being a bit passive, and I definitely do not like his little 30 Roach Ling attack here. That is going to be crushed, as far as I'm concerned.
Almost certainly, and it's really sad to see him float this much resources and not doing much with it. He is finally getting Infestation Pit, but moving out with this number of Roachers and hoping to accomplish something is definitely not a good idea. Ideally, I'd like him to see maybe take up more, do better with the upgrades. As winners, we finally see that 4 Prism coming up from Seraphim.
Yeah, he's probably listening into the stream, and he is saying, he's probably saying, well, if Winners says that the Warp Prism is good, well, then it damn better be good, and it is. He's getting a double robo all the way, as well as the robotics bay, and now Rupture is saying, I'm gonna take the map, as he's taking both bases in the middle.
right, and it looks like he will not be contested for a while here, as Seraphim just barely got his third up. I'd like to see him try to move some of those probes from the natural to that third, as the natural is oversaturated, whereas the third is lacking a bit of workers. Looking at the supply count, looks like Rupture is very comfortably in the lead here, 176 to 133. He's finally positioned his units in a better location, to say the least, taking those two bases as you mentioned. But once again, that creep spread should be a lot better. There's nothing stopping him from having one or two queens dedicated to doing creep at this time, just to try and get more vision across the map, as we do have that engagement. And once again, fantastic force fields by Seraphim. I think quite possibly the only thing he's been doing right all day. Those roaches now are not able to do half the damage or even less than that of what they are capable of. And he has taken out both overseers, so a Dark Templar here would do a lot of damage, but alas, the force fields are over and the roach count is incredibly high, so Seraphim is forced back once again.
But look at this here, Seraphim, he's floating 3k minerals, he has only one forge, which he isn't even using at this point. Well, yeah, he has two forges.
About to complete, he's about to complete level 1 armor, but he's not using them simultaneously, as we do see that Warp Prism making its way towards his Zerg third. And what will he decide to warp in here?
Dark Templars?
Nothing so far. Alright, one Dark Templar here.
Oh, that's gonna go down.
Yeah, the two Sprawl Crawlers there. The Dark Templar has no chance of doing any damage. And looks like the Warp Prism will have to unfortunately float away after doing almost nothing there. I must say, Seraphim has also done a good job in trying to catch up. He is up to around 170 supply, almost even with Rupture here, as looks like that I think overly ambitious hatchery will be taken out.
Yep.
Rupture though looks like he's going for the flank. Those roaches might be able to get them good position and target those Colossi
where the
first.
Force fields.
Oh, okay, alright, some good force fields here. Colossi are able to move back, but not enough gateway units. I think he needs a lot more to defend this. The Immortal doing a lot of damage to those roaches, but looks like he is being targeted right now and will be taken out. Colossi now are the only two remaining damage dealing units, and I think I think roaches were able to do a lot of damage here. Backup did come back, but I think it was a little too late. The Protoss lost way more than he should have at that point, and with the economy that players have, they will be able to replenish. Zerg, of course, has the advantage to replenish faster, and looks like the match has settled down once again here, winners.
Yep, even supply here. Rupture, though, he's floating less minerals than his opponent, but I think Seraphim should be looking to get that fourth up and running as soon as he could. For example, he could utilize this Warp Prism when he is in battle, and now we have the two Colossi here raging havoc at the fourth. Oh, excuse me, the fifth.
Yeah.
But where are his where are his reinforcements here? This is not cool. Well, now they
reinforcements are coming, but they're on foot, and that should almost never be the case with the Protoss, especially when he has a Warp Prism idle doing nothing towards the right side of the map. He could definitely incorporate that into his army, and it basically means instant backup winners, and that's always a good thing to have.
That's right, so we might get another engagement here, and maybe I'd like to see... Oh, but Broodlords are there.
That's right, 9 Broodlords, of course, will make all the difference here. Great blink, but the Roaches, a lot of great Grand Army, is able to, kill off a lot of those Stalkers, and not enough air damage dealing units here, forcing Seraphim to fall back once again. He is 40 supply behind, and one thing I'd like to note that is that Rupture has no infestors with this army, something which is almost, I think, essential when you're going for Broodlord.
Yeah, now he's forcing the engagement. The Roaches are way ahead. Now the blink forward here from the
very bad idea, winners. Don't you agree?
Very.
He loses all his Stalkers, and
that should be the GG.
Are all taken out. He can very easily roll into the third now and take it out. Those Broodlords are almost uncontested here, even without the infestors. which ideally should never work, especially against Protoss with Blink Stalkers. But Seraphim with unfortunately not enough Stalkers to be able to take care of those Brood Lords, and no force fields to isolate the Roaches, which is what ideally should be done. You'd see the sentries there to create a wall, of force fields that the Roaches aren't able to attack the Stalkers, where the Stalkers continuously do damage towards the Brood Lords. But of course this didn't happen, and the third will fall, and like you said, Winners, it's looking almost like an impossible position for Seraphim to come back from.
Well, this is a GG as far as I'm concerned. If I had the GG button, I would hit it as hard as I could right now. But, well, Seraphim, he understands never surrender, never leave, never give up. That's what he's doing. Unfortunately, he has exactly 2 Stalkers, a Warp Prism, and a Sentry to make the comeback off the Sentry.
Don't forget the 100 minerals, but looks like he did decide to tap out.
Yep.
So well played by Rupture, much better than the first game. Great decision to take that third as soon as he saw the Forge fast expand. And I think other than the 2 mistakes I think he did, which were 1, not reacting fast enough for the Dark Templars, and 2, not really doing much with the creep spread. Of course, that final engagement did require Infestors, but Rupture made it work without them, and overall was good play by him.
That's right. Thank you for that. I'm just going to take the opportunity to fill in a couple of the blanks here for the matches. So Rupture taking that game 2-0 against Seraphim. I'm just waiting for a few more. I need to know how the first...
I can let you know about the first game's winner.
Well, yeah, Dan won against Death Arise, Isamu took down Ralphie, and Chiari is
waiting for the match Gunman between the winner of the first round match between Zeratul and Anda. So I guess that hasn't been played yet, and Gunman is still waiting for his match.
Yeah, well, they're playing right now.
Alright, they're playing, so Gunman will be facing the winner fairly soon, and will most likely advance to face Chiari in the third round. In the meantime, we are still waiting for Stim versus... Looks like Overstrike did beat Stim.
No, Stim did not show up.
So Stim was unfortunately a no-show,
yeah.
and I'm not sure how you're going to handle that, but let's leave that discussion
exactly
out of it for now.
Handle it.
Looks like it will be Dan versus Overstrike in our first third round matchup, and the winners. This is going to be quite a matchup here.
Yeah, quite a match indeed. I just updated the channel real quick here. Sorry everyone, it just took a second, but now we should be back. And okay, there we are. So yeah, this is Dan Cake versus Overstrike, correct?
That's right, winners.
And I have been promoted to lobby host.
Alright, you can pass it on to me, I think, if I'm hosting.
No, it's cool, don't worry about it.
You're okay? You can handle both the screen?
Yeah, I can handle it. I can handle it.
The 580 is a beast, winners, isn't it?
Yeah, and I'm actually thinking of upgrading my PC.
Oh, what are you considering?
I am considering getting an Intel i7 3.4.
Okay, what are you on now?
Now I'm on an i5 2.8.
Alright, if I may,
Yes.
I think the i5 is more than sufficient for gaming.
Yes.
Alright, it's of course, if you want to go for an i7, I'm not going to say no. The only advice I'll give is wait for April for the new Ivy Bridge processors to come out by Intel.
Yeah, I could do that.
Because you would regret it. Imagine buying a Sandy Bridge processor now, and just a few months later, you have something better with less energy consumption.
Energy? We live in the UAE.
Energy consumption, man, is not only good for your build, but also good for your PC.
It's all good. Don't worry about it.
Right. I myself, I'm hoping to upgrade to a new NVIDIA GPU once the new 600 series come out, which is also sometime in April.
Yeah.
So I'm waiting on that, and we are also waiting on the both players to start.
Well, yes. Well, I'm actually thinking about getting a new motherboard and a second 580 graphics card.
Uh, that I wouldn't totally agree with, but let's leave that conversation for some other time when we have nothing to cast.
Well,
We do have Metropolis once again as the starting map. Overstrike versus Dan, TVP. Thank God it's not a mirror match. On the right side of the map, we do have Overstrike spawning as the pink Protoss, whereas in the 6 o'clock position, we have a previous winner of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup. It is Dan Cake spawning as the purple Terran.
yes, Dan Cake, he is the Macintosh Terran from Lebanon. He plays on the Mac. Good on him. As he's complaining that, well, he lives in Lebanon and apparently it's kind of cold. I have no idea what he is talking about because it's kind of warm where we live.
It is a little
Did it
colder
rain
there.
last night?
It drizzled. It drizzled a bit. No, I wouldn't call it rain. Just a little drops here and there. Nothing much really to talk about. But it was nice to see a change as this year has been a little bit shorter in rain compared to last year, I think.
Yep, that is absolutely correct. It hasn't really rained for quite some time. So yeah, Overstrike, well, he's a Zerg, isn't he? Why is he a Protoss? He says he's randoming?
That's right. He's spawning. Looks like he is going for random play and has spawned as Protoss this time around. I guess being random does. What I like about playing random is that it does give you perspective on the other races.
Correct.
So it kind of makes you understand. Once you settle on a race, it does make you understand the matchups a little bit better. So it's good to see that his purpose of this tournament is not to just simply win. It is to try and improve, which is must, I think. Any case, looks like Dan is going for the safer route. He's not sure of what his opponent has spawned as, so he is forced to wall in at the front. In the meantime, it looks like Overstrike is building his first gateway, and we will most likely see him drop a Cybercore fairly soon here.
Yeah, and Dan Cake is teasing his opponent with the potential 1-1-1 build. Obviously, no Protoss likes that build, but they have been able to handle it a lot better since its inception about 3 months ago? 3 months ago?
Something like that, yes.
And yeah, they were complaining, that Banshee, that tank, that medevac, the Marines, they were killing the Protosses, they were really struggling.
Oh, look at this slight slip up by Dan. Does allow that probe to sneak into his main, and he's almost sure to know that it is a one rack into expand. So great scouting by Overstrike. He does know exactly what's happening now, and we'll most likely see him drop his own expand fairly soon here.
Well, yeah, either that, maybe I would love to see some, faking, pulling an OGS MC, or excuse me, it is SK MC now, if I'm not mistaken, because he did leave OGS. You know that infamous match in the final, July Zerg versus MC, where he dropped his expand on Metalopolis and then canceled it, got an additional round of warpins, and then just kicked in the front door. Well, I'd love to see some more of that stuff here at the SC2 MENA Cup. Maybe not today though, maybe in the future. So if you're listening, why don't you make Winters a happy winter guy?
That's right, winners. That build was extremely successful for him, as July Zerg unfortunately did not come back to the Zerglings to make sure that the Nexus was complete. By that time, of course, MC had already accumulated enough of an army to just knock down the door and go in. But it looks like Overstrike is going for that expand. Him again, also with the 1-gate expo, which is fairly safe considering the Terran went for the same thing with the single racks. Dan, of course, has dropped down 2 more racks since then and is building that engineering bay, most likely for turrets, in case his opponent is going for a Dark Templar build.
Yeah, that is correct. Maybe he wants to go for a quick +1 or 1-1 timing attack here. Let's see, he has now taken his first gas though, so his upgrades are not going to start right away, as we now see Overstrike pushing it with 1 Stalker, but the Marines, they jump out of that bunker, and Dan Cake, just like last week, he loves those bunkers. He's getting a second one here.
I think the second, if you're going for a fast expo against Protoss, I'd even drop a third, bunker. just to be safe. Just from my experience, the Protoss do have that timing, where they can really do a lot of damage, if not even end the game when you're going for a very fast expo as Terran. So I think, great by Dan to be doing this. I'm a little reluctant about those supply depots, as that's mostly done against Zerg to avoid run-bys, but the Stalkers do have the range to take out some of those supply depots if Dan is out and about on the map.
Yeah, that is right. So the second gas being taken, second and third gas, excuse me, missile turret, just like you predicted. 2 tech labs did drop, but no upgrades just yet. Marauders are coming, and well, let's see what Dan's plan is, if he's not going to lag out. We're at the 7-minute 46-minute mark, so technically
we'd allow him to try again, yeah?
No. Oh, never mind.
Oh wait.
Oh.
So if it's before 10 minutes,
no, it's after
the game.
No, after the 4-minute and 30-second mark.
Okay, 4-minute 30 seconds. All right,
so he can choose if he wants to take the win. Overstrike can take the win. Otherwise, because at this point, even us as refs, it is so even. There shouldn't be an issue here. We cannot determine who will win.
It's way too early to tell, as they're both with 2 bases, and they're both with almost identical supply.
Yeah.
So it's really impossible to call a winner here. But look, Dan makes a clutch comeback in the last second here. So that's great news for them and for us, the casters, and for the viewers, of course, as interruptions aren't always welcome here. Dan looks like he is finally building his first factory after a series of racks. What's the upgrades like, winners? Have you seen any upgrades at all?
Nothing so far. Now STEM being researched, no concussive shells, no +1 or anything for Dan Cake. Taking a look at the Protoss, he doesn't even have a forge yet. So
no, he doesn't. He's going for robotics bay now. So it looks like he is hoping to pump out some Colossi fairly early, and he does have enough gates, I think, to support some kind of timing with 1 or 2 Colossi. 5 gates up now, whereas Dan is only with 3 racks, I see. Oh, very risky with 3 racks this far into the game.
Overstrike losing his observer there pretty carelessly.
Yeah, he runs it right into a turret, which is unfortunately something Protoss do, as they do rally the observer towards the Terran main and completely forgot about it, neglect it. And alas, he has lost it now, as Dan is finally dropping a 4th racks here.
That is right, and Dan is getting a nice little army composition here. Bunkers are gone, so he wants to make this happen. Let's see if he can. No concussive shells will finish. STEM won't be finished, nor will the combat shields. Starport on the way to support them ground units, but Warp Prism play as the the Gravatic Drive is being researched here. Is Dan gonna wait for the STEM? I would advise him to do so, but he
almost certainly will, winners. He will wait for the STEM and for the +1. Maybe not for the combat shields, as that will come up a little bit later. But yeah, he is definitely hoping for a STEM +1 timing, which does a lot of damage, and Overstrike hopefully will prepare for this, as he did see it coming.
Well, yeah, maybe he should wait for those 2 medevacs as well. They won't have a lot of energy, but still, they're so important just to pick up units. There are, let me see, there's 6 sentries with about 200 energy each. So 1,200 energy. Force fields are 50, so I believe that's 5.
Ooh, look at this. Looks like Overstrike is temporarily supply blocked here, as he did miss a couple of pylons. He did build 5 more simultaneously, so he should be okay for the time being. Looks like your second favorite unit, winners, the Warp Prism, is being built now, as looks like
beautifully done by Dan here. Look at this 2-pronged attack. Will he take out pylons to unpower?
And Stim is done here, so has the position to do a lot of damage. But great fortune by Overstrike. Yeah, he is able to cut that army in quite a number of pieces. But That drop in the main now takes out the robotics bay, which means no Colossi for some time here, as these Marauders continues to do a lot of damage, taking out a lot of probes. Overstrike needs to be a little more careful with this, as he's finally moving his units back to defend, but this has been a very, very successful attack by Dan, as he is still rallying units just outside the Boros Natural here.
And now here the Stalkers will be taken out. Look at those Marauders. TLO likes Marauder, sacrificing one Marauder to save 3 others. Well done. Overstrike trying to get that third, but let's see at the units lost here. He lost 15 workers in that engagement there, as well as the robotics base, so he is behind, and I'm just fearing for Dan that he might lag out here any second.
It would be very unfortunate for him to lag out this time in the game. He is very much in the lead here, as he is about 35 supply up. So actually more, about 40 supply up here. He is taking his third base just like the Protoss is, but Dan looks like he is coming for more, as he is pre-stimming his units up to the front, and with the 6 medivacs, he will be able to heal up quite a bit here. But that Marauder Immortal was doing a lot of damage before being taken out, and now it's only Stalkers, and Overstrike I think is in the back foot. He might lose a lot here and not be able to recover. Great stutter step micro by Dan, taking out even more Zealots, and now going for the Stalkers, and winners
pulling more probes, but now the probes surround, having to oh no, okay, well done. Now he's gonna run away, but he's going to be cornered. He's gonna try to cause as much damage, stemming one more time. Oh, look at this, beautifully done. Now going to drop off into harass that third. Beautifully done, Dan.
The only issue I think with Dan's attack is that he has neglected his rallied units, which are the Zalnaga Tower. He can push it with those units towards the natural while the Protoss is going back to defend. But the third is taken out, and I think this is it for Overstrike, as he's on only 50 supply compared to 136 for Dan. Dan's already ready for his second wave of attacks. He has loaded up 3 dropships and is going straight for the main. And I think this time he will kill even more than he did the first time around.
Well, his Overstrike's units are at the natural here, and now here is a drop here for Dan. Ooh, first pylon going down, second pylon going down. Now the Stalkers being taken out here, and well, Overstrike will tap out shortly here, as gateways and Nexi are under attack here. Those units at the natural are still active as well, being healed. More in the middle coming in as the rally point continues. No more Stalkers here for Overstrike, as the Cybernetics core has now gone. Dropping mules, telling him to get out of here. The Metropolis is Dan's map, and indeed it is. 1-0 for Dan, and Overstrike should maybe go back to his main race.
Yeah, Overstrike will definitely consider it, I can guarantee you that. Great play by Dan, really dismantles his opponent. That initial double prong attack, dropping 2 medivacs full of units in the main while simultaneously targeting the front, did absolutely a lot of damage. He killed off a lot of probes and units, and it was almost impossible for Overstrike to come back. He was too far behind.
Yeah.
And I think the nail on the coffin was when Dan finally killed off that third, and while able to get his own third up.
Yeah, I'm just gonna check as people are well in games. Sharawi, I'm just gonna update the brackets real quick here. Zeratul and Andis have still not played their game. That is very unfortunate.
They still haven't? What's the
No.
hold up, winners?
Antigua Shipyard is the map.
Alright, is it better if I host?
Yeah, yeah, sure, go right ahead.
Alright, so Antigua Shipyard is the name of the game. One of the most popular maps here, as we do see a lot of players choosing it as their second map. Alright, winners, I'm sending you the invite. Sending one to Dan and sending one to Overstrike as well.
Okay, Okay, I'm done here. So Anda did win his match against Zeratul. So
Okay.
Zeratul, he will be going back to Ayer in, well, he'll be unhappy.
I heard R is a beautiful place, winner, so
Yeah,
you never know.
I'll
Okay,
never
so
know.
just to keep our viewers up to date with the matches happening for the third round matchups, we do have so versus Isamu, Bulletproof versus Rupture, Dan versus Overstrike, of course, which we are casting at the moment, and it looks like it will be the winner of Gunman and uh, and Anda to play carry for the third round match. Right, winners, are all our players ready?
I'm ready. I'd like to tell everyone, our 21 beautiful viewers there, on stream, my name is Winners. With me is twdnewh. I'm the community manager for the StarCraft 2 scene in the Middle East and North Africa. twdnewh, he's my co-caster. He's also involved in the StarCraft and the esports scene here. We have a community on Facebook that's SC2 MENA, just SC2 like StarCraft 2, and then MENA, 2 words, SC2 MENA. Same handle for our Twitter account. Join the group if you want to be up to date with the news from the region and all tournaments as such.
All right, and please make sure to check out gaming420.com. It is the premier site here in the region, specifically in the UAE, for all community events, all news updates, tournaments information, all that kind of stuff regarding esports. So please check them out, and join the forums. There's always some fun discussions going around, announcements and so forth. So please do check it out, as you will find myself and Winners also always there posting and updating all the StarCraft 2 events happening around the region.
Thank you very much.
All right, so here we go, Winners. The countdown has begun. Game 2, Dan versus Overstrike. Looks like Overstrike is going for Protoss again.
Okay, well, maybe I made a mistake. Maybe he is Protoss. Maybe I was just being silly.
Okay. In any case, Antigua Shipyard is a more familiar map, I'm sure, for both players. As we look at the 6 o'clock position, the bottom position, we have Overstrike spawning as the pink Protoss. He's down 0-1 in the series. And in the top 12 o'clock position, we do have our ex-champion, Dan, spawning as the purple Terran after a very, very, very convincing win in that first set.
That is right. Dan will be feeling confident. Very nice bio push there. No mech involved whatsoever. Good old bio. Low on the upgrades initially, but then he just overpowered his opponent with nice medevac play. Splitting the army in two. Very nice control, and those marauders, they sealed the deal. Let's see what Overstrike is going to do as Dan says, oops. Placement is the placement off?
It could be. I can't really tell from this point.
I think it's
in
okay.
any case, he's against the Protoss, so no biggie. Against the Zerg, I would go right ahead and cancel that depot and rebuild it, because the worst thing in the world, Winners, is seeing that huge line of Zerglings just walking into your base and doing the damage to your SCVs. So I guess the Protoss, not much of a big deal. And it looks like very, very standard so far, as it is still very early to be able to see what both players have in mind. It is not going to be a very fast command center for Dan, though, as he is taking his refinery.
Yeah, well, that's not quite the build that we've been trying to master, but maybe it is. Let's see. We'll find out in a second. That was a gas on 13. 2 guys in gas straight away.
Right, speaking of that build, for the first time today, it actually didn't work for me. That TVT build we were talking about earlier.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually, it's worked for me every single time for the past week or so. But this time I did fail. Looks like my opponent was more than ready for it, as he completely shut me down. And once, I don't know why I even bothered to try going up, as he was already up an expansion. But I still tried to continue, and eventually I lost, of course.
Oh, I got probe rushed the other day. Well, yesterday.
Did you win?
No.
Oh dear.
I know, he just, on Zellniger Caverns, he just pulled all of his drones, and then my kiting wasn't the best, and then my micro, I misclicked a few times, and those probes, they just tickled me to death. The guy insulted me, calling me a noob because I wasn't able to stop a probe rush. Well, if this were the GSL, he would be banned for the season, but never mind.
That's true.
Well,
but I don't know, would he be still banned if it worked? See, against the Zerg it wouldn't work. Alright, against the Zerg it wouldn't work. Because the drones do replenish their HP.
Their shields. Oh, a shield. Sorry, yeah. Sorry.
Yeah, drones.
Sorry,
imagine if drones had shield
probe.
winners,
Yeah.
everyone would be playing Zerg, of course. Looks like Dan's STV did make his way towards the Protoss main and does see everything. He did see the second gas being taken, so he can almost assume that tech is incoming. And as we see, a robotics ability is indeed dropped, and looks like Overstrike is pushing out with that single stalker, just trying to get some map awareness, which is always a nice thing to see.
Well, let's see what Dan has in mind here. He has the tech lab for this, so maybe the Banshee as well. Banshee, Marauder, and maybe Hellions?
It's looking like a 1-1-1 build, winners. It's looking like
Correct.
the TVP 1-1-1 build. As soon as we see a tech lab on that tank, I'll be certain, but
He's waiting on it.
what's he doing? It should be Marine, so if he does make a Marauder, it'll almost certainly mean. Okay, he started researching Sim, but he canceled it in the last second.
What,
So
the
it looks like
first
Dan
second?
himself isn't quite sure what he wants to do. But look at this, with that stalker be trapped. And shield are down, but looks like, yeah, stalkers are way too fast. I think he'll get out just with
Oh no,
7
he stops!
Oh, what's he doing? No! Overstrike, why did he do that? He could have made his way back home, replenished the shields, and live to fight another day, but I guess. Good question indeed. In any case, looks like the first Banshee is on its way out, and Cloak is actually being researched, so
This
Dan
is not the
invested a lot.
1-1-1, yeah.
It's not the 1-on-1 for sure.
No.
And
I'm still a bit perplexed with that factory that he's not using it for anything. He's not scouting, he didn't put any add-on. It's just there. I mean, it's just like, you know, grandma's old cabinet getting
oh, winner,
collecting
you missed
dust.
that, didn't you? Sorry, but you missed that, yeah?
What?
Dan diverted his Banshee towards the other side, the left side of the base, whereas Overstrike's observer was moving that way, and they just missed each other. Which means now the Banshee has free reign over this base, and I think it'll be faster for him to make another observer, but he has an immortal building, so once that Banshee gets close, he will have
Cloak?
nothing.
Oh, there we go.
And there's nothing now for Overstrike, and his second observer is just now in the making. His first observer is at the Terran main, so this Banshee has the opportunity to do a lot of damage, and I like this. He started firing the sentries. Always a great idea. After poor Overstrike, he left those sentries out to accumulate a lot of energy, and now looks like he is going to lose quite a few of them. And
Yeah.
Dan still doing a lot of damage with this Banshee, winners.
Yeah, that is absolutely correct. Now he is, well, he's being a bit undecided there. The Stalker might not be the best option, but he is nearly out of energy and decides to go home. He did manage to get a lot of damage, but there's a second Banshee out, so 2 Banshees all the way here.
But Overstrike does have a second observer now in his main, so more Banshee play won't be as successful. But winners, the most important thing, tell us about the work account.
The work, well, Overstrike lost, excuse me, 6 workers, so not too many, but he did lose those expensive sentries. In regards to the worker count, Dan is down by 1 probe, so they're both in their low 30s, so nothing wrong with that, as one of the Banshees is back now, and well, 4 kills already here, and Overstrike is not dealing with this. Another probe bites the dust. A second.
Yeah, this Banshee doing a lot more damage than it should have, but unfortunately Dan did not move it back in time and has lost it. He could have escaped with that, I think, as it did take a few more seconds for the observer to reach that position. But in any case, both players are almost dead even in supply. 59 for both. Dan does have, looks like he is going once again for that Marine Marauder build. He finally switched out his starport from a tech lab to a reactor, so he'll be able to double, produce 2 medivacs at a time. Concussive cells also being researched, whereas nothing really much happening in the Protoss camp here, winners.
No, absolutely not. Here now, the robotics bay going up. That one Banshee was caught at the Zalnaga watchtower, prompting Overstrike to return to base. Well, Dan will spot this robotics bay here. That'll definitely tip him off, but another observer going out for Overstrike. I like that a lot. The more observers, the better. The more information, the better. And, well, another
cloaked Banshee killing
yeah.
a lot of man. He's very, very persistent with his attacks, and thankfully this time the Banshee was pulled out in time. It will live to fight another day. He should probably move that back to his main to repair it. And in the meantime, looks like Dan is pushing out with a few Marines and Marauders here, accompanied with 2 medivacs, able to heal them as they go. And I am very inclined to think that Dan will try and expand behind this.
Yeah, he's getting another engineering bay here, as the Banshee is still out there on 12 kills now. Good on that. And will Dan pick up the observer that is with him here with the army? Oh yeah.
Oh, but did the observer see him load up the units?
Yeah, I believe
yes,
so.
he did. As Overstrike now does move the stalkers to the high ground, most likely to intercept.
Oh, no,
but
oh,
is he? Looks like he missed it, winners. As
no.
I think he moved the stalkers up just to try to pick up the units as they reached his base. And this drop now, once again, almost the same kind of play from Dan as the first game, doing a lot of damage. And will he try and move in at the front? Yes, he does. This is identical to what he did the first game. Let's see if it is as successful as it was the first game.
The probes are just sitting there. He's going up though. Oh no,
this time he's going up. He's going.
Oh no, he clicked on the medevacs.
I think he clicked on the medevacs, so it was a misclick by him.
Oh no.
And very, very unlucky for Dan. That attack had the potential to do a lot of damage. And this is StarCraft, winners. One misclick can lose your entire army. It is a ruthless game, as Dan would probably tell you at this moment. But the attack is not over, as Dan is continuing to rally more and more units to that center of the map.
Yeah, and now his army is really out of position here. The observer as well. No observer at the natural, and the Banshee is still there in the corner.
But we do have another drop once again here in the Protoss main. He's target trying the robot facility. If he gets it, it might be devastating, as the first Colossi is still not out. Will he get it in time?
Yes, he will.
And, okay, so the first Colossi does get out, so at least that's a little relief for Overstrike, but he will have to rebuild that robotic facility, as he is now moving his way.
Can I tell you something? That Banshee is still alive.
Oh, it
has 29 kills.
Oh my god, but look, this is going to be a very, very good timing. Very good
natural
by Overstrike. He is doing a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he force fielded his Daleks out, so they weren't able to do much except for tank and die. And looks like Dan will have enough to take this out. And again, Winters, something as small as a misplaced force field is enough to make you lose an engagement. And Dan with a third command center now will be able to take his third. And I think, although he's down about 20 supply, he's ahead about... Oh, he is ahead about 20 supply. So once he takes that third, he will be even more ahead. And yeah, that Banshee... Dan
30 kills.
30 kills, winners. Okay, so it's...
And Overstrike has lost 40 workers in this match. 40 workers. Can you believe it?
And 30, most likely 30 to the hands of that Banshee.
Yep.
As we see him Dan out in the middle of the map at the Zalnaga tower with a few medivacs, actually quite a few medivacs, and the Marines and Marauders. He's now taking his third, and it's looking very much like it will be Dan's game once again. Overstrike really needs to make something happen. Maybe try to go for some Templar play. Try to drop some Templars behind the mineral line to take out some STVs. He really needs to do something drastic like that to be able to come back into this game, as he is about 20 supply down and he's only in 2 bases to his opponent's third.
That's
his
right.
Opponent's 3, sorry.
Yeah, and now let's look at here. More drop play here in the main once again. That pylon will go down. At the front, the Colossus is all alone. So are the sentries. The Colossus
Alright,
is down
so
and
Colossus is taken out. Great snipe by Dan, and I think there's very little Overstrike can do now to stop him, as he's down to only 70 supply. He does have a few stalkers, but the Marauders will make short work of them. And although the Zealots will push back this Marauder army for a bit, if Dan continues to rally units in, as he is not doing, still rallying them towards the center of the map instead of towards the Taurus main, a mistake we've seen him do in the first game as well. Overstrike, though, does fall to the constant pressure by Dan, giving Dan the win in the series 2-0 and moving to the 4th round of the StarCraft 2 MENA Cup.
that is absolutely correct here. I'm just quickly gonna fill out the brackets as Dancake wins 2-0. So let's have a look how the other matches have turned out.
Tell us, winners, what happened?
Well, I'm just checking. So let me look at the brackets here real quick. Gunman is playing Anda. I believe they're in game. Bulletproof did beat Rupture 2-0, and Deso should be playing Isamu, and Chiari is still waiting for Anda or Gunman. So you might actually have a few minutes here.
Okay, so Dan could potentially face Gunman in the semifinals if Gunman goes through his next 2 matches. If Deso and Isamu's match end fairly soon, so we might be able to cast that in the next few minutes. Maybe we can get an update from the other players on what the score is.
Yeah, I'm just messaging. Okay, Gunman is saying that he's up 1-0 and that the second match has nearly finished, so Chiari should brace himself.
That is an understatement, as Gunman is our winner for the last 2 tournaments and is forced to be reckoned with for sure.
Yep. So thank you very much for tuning in, everyone. My name is Winners. With me is twdnewh. This is the 10th edition of the SC2 MENA Cup. Will Gunman be able to defend his crown once more? A lot of the stronger players are absent today. Kusai is not here. Van Mezian, Stim didn't show. Exothermic is not here either. Oh well, I think...
But we still some entertaining games, so not all is lost. It's still okay. We're still having fun. We're still enjoying ourselves. And I guess thanks to that, this tournament is going by a lot faster than usual. And winners, I'm very happy to say that HD stream is actually up and running, and it is working fine.
Yes, absolutely. Here, thank you. I'm just watching on 360p. What are you watching on?
I'm on 720, and it is looks like it's okay. It's very watchable. Not really much delay, so. Maybe that dual line does have something up its sleeve which we do not know about.
Well, I did do a lot of work with Gaming for 20 and well, tweaking XSplit. So I sure hope that everything is going to go down just fine.
It looks like it. Okay, 22 viewers, not too bad.
Okay. So sorry everyone, I'm just filling in the blanks here. I'm telling people to go play each other.
Play your games, please.
Chiari. So I just have to update the brackets yet again. Gunman winning 2-0 against Anda. Not much of a surprise there.
Okay, so I guess we're ready for our next game. It will be Chiari versus Gunman.
Yep.
In the second or third round, I believe. It is a 3rd round matchup, and the winner will get a spot in the semifinals to play Dan Cake for a spot in the grand finals. In the meantime, it looks like Deso and Isamu are about to start their game. Hopefully, they'll be done by the time we are, and we'll have 2 simultaneous semifinals going on. Which means this might actually end a lot earlier than we had anticipated, winners.
Yeah, that is right. We have... Well, actually... No.
I did get an invite for the SMU game, so you
That's
want to
okay.
do that?
Let's watch it. Desto's a new guy. Let's give him a shot
All
here.
right. Okay. Oh, why many spectators though?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, please, if you guys okay, so yeah, please tune in Twitch TV / gaming 420 TV. That's where we're casting today. That's where we're streaming. As Let's Talk FIFA HD has just posted the link. Let's Talk FIFA HD. Okay, let's go. So, Desto's a new guy. He's a random player, apparently. Isamu, he's a Zerg. We've known him for quite some time.
Yeah, he's performed admirably in the past. We have seen some good games from him, so hopefully we'll see some more repeat performance. Maybe he's improved, as he did miss out on a couple of the last tournaments. And wait, let me just okay.
Okay, so yeah, everyone seems to be ready. Everyone seems to be on track. I'm so happy that the community is finally getting their act together. When we first started this, oh dear God, it was just like kindergarten. Everything was all over the place. But now, it is gonna be Deso versus Isamu.
Thanks to you, winners. Once you put down the law, it was
Thank you.
things certainly improved. So here we have a ZVP, another one of my favorite matchups. My second favorite, to be exact. Isamu, our returning Zerg, hopefully who has improved, and Deso, who is a new player. He is a fairly new player. I think definitely new to the MENA Cup. In any case, welcome back everyone to the 10th edition of the StarCraft 2 Weekly Cup in the MENA region, of course. Here we have in the top 12 o'clock position, spawning as the red Zerg, it is Isamu, and in the bottom 6 o'clock position, it is Deso, the blue Protoss.
I have no idea who or what Deso is. Deso, well, maybe it sounds like a place. Deso, I don't know. Is it a town? Is it a
place,
fantasy
a time,
town?
Creature, a fictional character, a real character, who knows?
Maybe it's his last name.
Maybe it's his first name. How do you know?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know where he's even from. He just joined the gang today. No, he was there last week, wasn't he? There's so many new people joining, sometimes I lose track. Please forgive me, but Deso, he's there, he's new, and I want to give him a chance on stream. I don't want to always stream the same guy. So yes, Isamu versus Deso. PVZ on this map again.
Yes, and looks like our Protoss friend Deso is going for the Forge Fast Expand build. Of course, I think in this specific map, there's absolutely no reason for the Protoss not to do so, as walling off the entrance to his natural is extremely easy on this map. Likewise, we do see that Isamu going for the safer play, going for a spawning pool first. Always a good idea against the Protoss, and I think they're looking fairly standard from here. But oh, winners! This is a Nexus before Nexus first. So Nexus even before Forge. A nice little combination of this. But if Isamu spots it, he might be able to react and do some damage, as this is a very risky build by Deso. Ideally, like to see the Forge being dropped down first, but Isamu still has not scouted his opponent, which means that he has not gotten a chance to react yet.
Yeah, he's only making 2 Zerglings as well. He's going for the Queen. I personally, on a personal, I prefer to get that Queen out early. I believe the extra production can make a difference. The 2 Zerglings at the beginning don't make that much of a difference. I mean, they're only used to scout out your opponent, to look for hidden pylons, to hold those watchtowers. So I personally, on a personal note, how many personals did I just use? I do not know. But personally, yes, I do believe that the Queen is more effective in the early game.
Alright, winners. This just in, I did get some information regarding our new friend Deso here. Looks like he is a Lebanese player. He is living in Abu Dhabi, and he has been regularly participating not in the online cups but rather in the LAN cups. But according to some of the players here, he hasn't been as active as some of the others. He has been on and off, and looks like he might be back to the game here, as this is the first weekly MENA Cup I do see him in.
Yeah, I believe he was there last week as well. Don't quote me on it though, but his name does sound familiar. Another player from the UAE, that is something great. And
let's hope he's back for more permanent spot here in the MENA Cups, as we do see Isamu doing my favorite thing in the world, going for a third as soon as you scout a Forge Fast Expand. And I think, other than the very late scouting by Isamu, he has been doing well so far.
Yep, I would love to see his creep spread though improving, as he wants to get that first, well, his main, his natural, and his third connected as quickly as possible. As we have two Zerglings here, out of range of the cannon, going to work on that destructible debris.
That's right, and I'm just looking at Isamu's point of view here. He actually did not scout at all, so his first view of the Protoss is this wall up here, and I think he's kind of regretting that, as when he sees the replay, as if he does see that the Protoss went for a very early Nexus even before the Forge expand, he'll have wished to have scouted earlier and maybe applied some pressure. As look at this, winners.
Double Stargate.
Double Stargate is coming from our Protoss friend Deso, so
yeah,
looks like he is, of course, investing a lot in this and planning to do a lot of damage. It's a matter of when Isamu will see this coming and if he'll be able to react in time.
well, he is Isamu, he certainly loves his drone transfers, as he's putting a lot of them, transferring them over to the third. And now we see Roach Warren.
This one is one Overlord just at the bottom of the Protoss base. Of course, it does not see the Stargates, so it does not know what is coming, but I hope that Des was able to see this and able to take it out, as this this kind of build, if scouted early by the Zerg, can be a devastating loss for the Protoss.
That's right. It does take a lot of investment from the Protoss to do this double Stargate kind of
exactly.
play.
So if the Zerg spots it on time and is able to react, that's a lot of resources down the drain, and maybe not exactly down the drain, but a lot of resources spent into something which you're hoping your opponent doesn't see.
Yep, that is right. Let's see if he is gonna accumulate maybe 3 or 4. Yes, he is going to do so. And well, let's have a look at our Zerg buddy Isamu. He's taking up to layer. That's not gonna help him right now. He has a Roach Warren. That's not gonna help him much either. No Evo Chamber on the way, and 2 Spine Crawlers. There are a grand total of 4 Queens out, but against 4 Void Rays, they're not going to do well.
Certainly not, and Isamu should have, he should smell something coming, as he did see that when he had his Overlord out, there was only a single Stalker chasing it out, so he should smell that something is coming. I think he should suicide another Overlord into the top light of the Protoss main, just to scout, as you seeing only one unit roaming around, that definitely spells something fishy. Maybe Dark Templar play coming in, or maybe Stargate play. I'd really like to see him try a little bit better with his Overlords and see what's happening, as it certainly looks like these Void Rays will catch Isamu off guard. But he doesn't have any Spore Crawlers, and he's only just beginning his Spire now, which might be a little too late.
But these Void Rays will be spotted here by the Soul Zergling if Isamu did pay attention to his mini-map. Let's see, yes, Hydralisk then is on the way. Let's see, though the third, I doubt, can be saved. But let's not hear my words. Let's see what the Void Rays can do.
Yeah, I think the Void Rays, what looks like from here is that the Void Rays might be able to pick off that third. He'll need some great Queen Micro to be able to stop that, but 4 charged up Void Rays, man, they make mincemeat out of almost anything. And we see him target firing the the queen, but great transfuses now. And with these continuous transfuses, these queens might just be enough, but no. Second queen is taken out. Looks like a third is going to be taken out, and I think the Void Rays should stop chasing, go back and take out that hatchery.
Yep, I absolutely concur, but 2 more queens are going to go down here. Ooh, and that is definitely going to hamper production here for the Spore Crawler relocating and now being targeted. Hydras are out, and this is not very nicely done. Deso could have done so much more with that, especially targeting down that third.
Loses almost all his Void Rays. I'm really surprised by his decision to try and kill off Overlords and try to push into the natural like that. I mean, you already did a lot of damage killing off all those queens, and you know that there's nothing protecting the hatchery. Your Void Rays are already charged up. Why not just try to pick off the hatchery and guarantee yourself a much better position than your opponent?
Yeah, this Void Ray is trying to get some more damage done, but it was lost to the Hydra, so that was very cost ineffective. Templar Archives though was done. Storm is on the way. And let's see how this is gonna turn out. The third, 75% done as well. He has more probes than his opponent. His economy is a bit better, but now we see Isamu pushing across the map here. Hydras are very slow off creep. Roaches do not have their roach speed. No upgrades, as Carapace has only started now. And well, the Templars are there, but they do not have enough energy just yet, and they're going to be morphed into Archons here. But here we go.
Okay.
Here's the engagement here.
Oh, but very poor positioning by Isamu. Ideally, you'd like to see the Roaches up in the front tanking damage, whereas the Hydras are safe in the back doing damage with that great DPS. And unfortunately for him, he did not have his units positioned that way. He is able to block off that few gateway units which Desu shot his way. Looks like he's able to take out the forge, maybe even take out a gateway. And man, those Hydras, man, they make mincemeat out of those gateway units. But he's definitely extended his stay, and I think eventually this little attack will be cleaned up. Those Archons, of course, doing a lot of damage as they do have a lot of HP and able to tank quite a bit. Unfortunately, he loses both. Does warp in a few more warp gates, a few more units to try and defend this, but I think the Roaches and the Hydras did a lot of damage and did keep Isamu in his lead as he is rallying in more and more units.
Yeah, he is rallying in more Roaches here. Roaches all the way. Archons are there as well. 3 High Templars, but not much else here as is someone. Oh no.
Oh, okay. So we're okay for the time being. And those Roaches, man, I do not.
Someone's lagging? It is me.